Green dildo for you. Green dildo for you. Green dildo for you. Green dildos for everybody at the party. But it won't last forever. It's not going to last forever. You got to cool your tits, folks. Welcome back, Cryptillians and crypto crackheads. If you're new to this channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe and bell button, because if you do, you get the honor in the land of crypto to choose your crypto pronoun of Cryptillian or crypto crackhead. You can join the club. Let me tell you, for new viewers, what this channel is about. I'm not going to be sitting here saying Cardano to $50, Chainlink to $700. I'm not talking about coins on page 1 of CoinMarketCap saying they're going to 50x from here. That's not going to happen. First off, and those people, YouTubers, which is 95% of YouTubers, they're going to get you wrecked. All right. So what we're doing in this channel is we are respecting Bitcoin's 4-year cycle. Party will be over at the end of this year. And I have a video on why down in the description section called Market Cycles and Crashes. And anyway, so even if you don't agree with that, which you should, you will be wrong if you don't agree with it. But even if you don't, that's fine. But what this channel is about, it'll still help you, because with the idea that the party will not last much past December this year, or January for altcoins, but December for Bitcoin. With that in mind, this channel is how to maximize your gains. For example, if you like Holochain, Fantom, Cardano, that is fine. Even though I might not bash the projects, but bash the gains that you'll get, great projects. However, what we do here on this channel is I show you how to get more Cardano, more Holochain, more Fantom by selling your Fantom, Holochain, Cardano while it's going sideways, and look for what signals at near the top. You can't sell tops, but near the top. And as it corrects for a month plus, you can double, triple, quadruple, quintuple your bags that you had sold, and then you can buy back at almost the exact right time, within a week or two, of your favorite coin getting ready to take back off, so you don't have to ride it sideways and down for a month or two. It's usually about a month and a half. And Cardano will go sideways and down for a month and a half. It'll probably hit 73 cents, maybe 87. And it also might hit 36 cents. But anyway, regardless of what you think, you know Cardano's going down and sideways, and you could be doubling and tripling and quadrupling your bags, or Holochain, or actually Holochain's going up. Phantom's going down, just like Cardano. They're doing the same thing. So you can be buying more of it if you've watched this channel for your big cap. I'm a loyalist. I love it. All that stuff. That's fine. This channel's still for you. However, most of us here, we like small cap gems, and we're having a party over here. So you can essentially use our strategy here to increase the coin you like the most. So here we go. So BEPRO, folks. So this is not hocus pocus. Look where price hit. Look where price hit. Look. Is this hocus pocus? No, we've been talking about this line for how many weeks now? How did I know that this was going to happen? Just like I knew, and I call it on my channel, once we screamed up, we got the signal that, hey, RSI is stuck under the white line. We're probably coming down. I said, it's going to hit the purple line. Like, how do I know these things? I'm not a genius. This is not witchcraft. It's literally just a map of human psychology. Human psychology hasn't changed. All you have to do is think of 5 things, your 3 most probable, and your 2 what ifs. You're going to be good. And really, it's not hard to call things if you're thinking of 5 things. But in the idea of this trend line, this is a master trend line. We're not going to go past it. And if it does go past it, then that means BEPRO is going to hit like $8, which that would give it a very big cap of 15 billion at the end of the year, which I don't see that happening. But as of now, since we screened past, so I actually thought that we had less than a 50% chance to pass this line. And if you want to look at how I drew it, these are called origin lines. And if you don't know, and if that's new to you, look at my description section. I have a library down there, the video called Origin Lines. This is how I knew it was going to hit either this line or that line. And look where BEPRO stutter stepped. Look where it stutter stepped. Where? At that green line. Why? For the same reason. I knew that it wasn't going to pass this line. or close above it. It passed it, but it won't stay above it. It's not going to close a 4 hour, or it might close a 4 hour candle above it one of these days, these years, but it won't close a daily. It won't happen. But anyway, this is not hocus pocus. This is just very simple TA with diagonal lines, horizontal lines, and a few indicators: moving averages, exponential moving averages, and RSI. Those are called indicators. You need to be using them on TradingView. Follow me on Twitter. I show you how to set it up just like I have it. I had a tweet probably at 4 a.m. this morning because I wasn't sleeping, responding to somebody. And also in the description section, I also let you know exactly the same spelling. So look where my cursor is. Come up here, you hit indicators. And if you want to take a screenshot, pause this video or whatever, these are the ones that I tweeted about. So that you actually have to start spelling it exactly like these. But it's in the tweet, so if you don't want to screenshot it, that's fine. But these are the 5. And basic rule of thumb is, so right now I have volume profile. I need to put my Stokes back on. So for example, I can just click that here after I star it. But if you don't have it starred, you just start typing. You can just type STO and click the one that says Stochastic. But before you click it, hit the star. And these are my primary 3. Okay. And then the other ones that I use. So primary 3 is this, the RSI plus EMA plus control zones made by Krown, which he is the person from whom I've learned maybe 70% of everything. 60 at least, over half of what I know, because I've been watching him for 4 years, almost 4 years. I think he started right in the height of the bear market. But anyway, so this one, Stochastic, and this one. And this is my main go-to. But when I'm trying to look at when to take profits, I really use the RSI. And when I try to buy, Stochastic's used for a lot of things. But the 2 most valuable for me are the RSI and the simple moving averages, but I always have the Stochastics pulled up. Bollinger Bands, I use similarly to, I only check it once a week or so, just to see how strong moves are, which we might do here in a minute. I don't refer to it too much, but I try to figure out, is the market getting too hot, especially if I don't have a origin line to work off of. And again, I really suggest you watch the origin line video down there. I use it on Bitcoin, and I show you all the reasons why it works. And it works almost perfectly to the dollar in Bitcoin. And I prove it to you in the video, literally. And I show it to you across multiple coins, like I think 𝐒𝐰𝐢𝐿 too, which is a mechanical. It's essentially like it was supposed to be a Bitcoin killer back in 2013, 2014. And actually, some of the core people who helped develop Bitcoin developed 𝐒𝐼𝐢, and it moves very similarly in price action. Bitcoin, it's very mechanical or machine-like, so you can pretty much predict what's going to happen outside of people's hype and YouTubers saying chain link to $700. So, yeah, BEPRO. We're gonna this is gonna cool off, folks. I mean, it's that simple. So that was the party. If we do get back up to this line, all right, like pierce above it at 0.44 point, or even 0.4, that was I can't believe it. If we get past the line and you're not staking everything that you have, if you sell 20% or 10% around this line, so at the line, some here, some here, some here, some here, and that's called straddling orders and 10 bags. That's called your 10 bag and straddling order. I have 2 videos on each of those below. It's kind of combined, those thought processes. If you do that and you catch this dip, that's going to happen. It probably is going to come down and hit this line, folks. I mean, so if you sell 20% of what you have when it hits this line again, and you catch a dip, let's say it didn't come down here, which it probably will, but let's say it only catches the 4-hour 55 EMA, which means that is a really strong, if it only dips down that low, that means it's staying strong. So let's say over the next few days it comes down here to 2.2 cents. Okay. So you catch almost a 50% move. So what does that mean? So 20% of your holdings becomes over 30% of your holdings. And then, as we know here on this channel, if you catch a 50% move down and you know that how coins range, it will double check the high again. It's almost always going to hit the same high or just a little lower, sometimes a little higher. So it'll either hit between, once it comes down, it'll probably come up to here to the exact same level, or it's usually about 8 to 16% less. So about 4 cents. So it's going to go between 4 cents and maybe 5.5 cents. But regardless, as you know, if you catch a 50% dip and you sell it back where you bought it, you double your bags. Because a 50% move down, and then when it moves back up, that's a 100% move. You double your money. And that's what we did here. Look, I'll show it to you. And we did it right here on this channel. And we used the 2 hour. Because BEPRO is really playing the 2 hour. So look, as this was going up and we saw, okay, we're going below the red line, which is the 10 EMA. And look over here at my cursors, we're on the 2 hour time frame. As I was spotting trends across time frames, and you should do this too. You need to look at time frames, you know, what moving averages are being hit perfectly. And really the 4 hours working pretty well too. It hit the, so look at this. It almost hit the 4 hour 55 EMA. So even though, for example, like I was saying earlier, even though this was a deep move, you lost half your money. So if you watched your account go from, let's say you were buying around here, that's over 4 times your bag. So if you watched your $1,000 of BEPRO become 4,000, I don't know, 300 or whatever that would be. Yeah, $4,333. Okay, you watched that glory, but then you watched your $4,333 become $2,150. That's scary, right? You just lost $2,000. If you're selling your 10 bags, okay, and this dark green line wasn't here there. This height actually allowed me to create it. But since we were playing the 2 hour, since we saw RSI getting stuck below here, we kind of knew, yeah, this might be a good 10 bag time. And then, okay, guys, purple line, buy the purple line. Why do we do it? We bought the purple line. But look, so that's a 50% move down, like I just showed, right? Okay, 51 and a half. Now watch. So it's a 50% move down. When it goes back up to the top again, what percentage is it going to be? 100. It's actually over 100. It went a little higher this time. It doesn't always do that, though. And when it does do that, that's severe bearish divergence, because look how low the RSI is compared to the RSI over here when price was lower. That's called divergence. When price makes a higher high, RSI makes a lower high. That's very, very severe divergence, and Bitcoin's actually printing that now, the worst I think it's ever had in the history of it, and that's why I think it's going to hit 40,000, 39.5 exactly. I think it's going to hit the yellow line on the weekly, which is the 21 EMA. But anyway, we'll get that to there next. But, you know, this is the power of not being some coin loyalist who just, this is a generational wealth coin, and I'm going to hold it. No, you're not. No. If you hold this through 2022, your bags by January 2023 are going to be, so if you had $1,000, okay, at the height of the parabolic move, okay, and you held Cardano last time and you watched it go down until the next January after it started tanking, your $1,000, let's see here, became, God, I can't remember, $12.23. Yo, not good, right? Or your $100 became $1.23. Unacceptable. But and that's like one of the proudest people coins, right? So no, crypto is not a generational wealth thing, unless you're okay with it going down 95% first. But why not just get out and buy it after a 90+% correction? And now how much more of that crypto do you have? Like literally 100 times as much. And seriously. So if you had $1,000 of Cardano. Let's just do the math. Watch this. This is what this channel is all about. I'm trying to help you maximize what, like, just holding stuff isn't going to, like, yeah, everything's going up. It's not going to go up as much as cryptillions and crypto crackheads are doing. Watch this. Watch. And this applies to Holochain, Fantom, OMI, even though OMI hasn't had a run yet, like it's a brand new coin. Look, starting from the exact top to the exact bottom, 98.7, I said not, I'm not, there it is, 98.77%. So if you had $1,000 here at the price, let's say here, not even at the super top, at $1, how many Cardano did you have? You had 1,000, right? And you got out here, even though that'd be pretty tough to do, to sell the top, but you'd probably get out actually this candle. When this one went up and started coming back down, that you would have sold at about 86 cents using our strategy. But anyway, because you can't now, unless you straddle orders, then yeah, you can sell like 5% of your bag at the top, but not all of it. So if you think you can sell tops, you're wrong. You're simply wrong. So anyway, so yeah, you had $1,000 here because you got out at $1. You had 1,000 Cardano, right? And then you moved it into a stable coin. Not even compounding interest, which you can do now because of DeFi products. You earned mad interest, 20%. It's sick. Using DAI, maker DAI, DAI. So you need to be looking into this in preparation for December or January. Because, you know, even so with interest, you could buy even more down here, but just check this out. So you had 1,000 Cardano because you had $1,000 in it right here. $1,000 buying it, let's say, capitulates, blah, 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 and you're expecting a double dip because you missed it here. It went up. Everything will double dip. It's just going to double dip. It does. Everything does. And if you don't believe me, pull up TradingView on a coin with a little bit who that was born 2017 or before, and just look. Everything double bottoms. This one actually went worse than this. Is not common. But so you expect to be able to buy here. So you just put in. So once you see it come here and go up, you go, okay, I'll just buy the double bottom. So I'll automatically just put in limit buy orders for 0.286 cents. How long did you have to wait? And you just don't look because crypto's boring. Like nothing's happening. It's just sideways. You waited over a year. Doesn't matter. So like 2 years later, you look back and you see your Cardano screaming because you knew it was going to double bottom. This is without compounding interest. Now watch how much you could buy. 2.83 cents. Now you have 35,000 Cardano. So I said 100 times, not quite. Over 35 times the amount of Cardano. So you had $1,000 then. How much do you have now since it's at $1 again? $35,000. Why? Because you didn't just write it down. It's going to happen again. So in this channel, you know, guys, I'm trying to help you. Right. I've been studying. I've been preparing for this exact year. Seriously. So I was a noob, just like most of my viewers are, which is why I created this channel, because it sucked. Like it's a lot of learning curve. I spent 4.5 years learning and waiting for this moment, right? And I'm trying to dump all this on you so you can just use a strategy that took 4.5 years to learn, literally putting in 15 hours a week, every week. Like up at night, hunting for coins, up at night, watching trading videos, you know, just 4.5 years. Okay. So anyway, yeah, so the party will be over. This is going to happen again. In just one more thing. top to bottom. Bitcoin 85% correction. Top, and this next one was 83.5 or so. Yeah, 83. If we do end up hitting this white line, lo and behold, what's going to be, or about here, yeah. And then we wait a whole year to go down, just like every other year. I'm going to hit this line again, just like we did here, and just like we did here. About the same correction. Want to see? Watch. This is called mechanical movements. It's machine-like. Watch. Takes a year, hits that green line, a 76% correction, which kind of makes me anticipate Bitcoin's going to pass. Bitcoin's going to pass 300,000. It makes that kind of makes me think it might hit 325. It's machine-like, folks. It's going to happen again. It'll be higher than 325. 50. Oh, now I'm getting aggressive. Be aggressive. Anyway, yeah, it goes down to this origin line. See this green line here? Watch. Let me zoom in. Let's zoom in. I'll just erase the bright green line. Look. Isn't that crazy? Origin lines. Video in the link. It works. Look here. So this one actually caught the double bottom. But still, you're catching the bottom. Double bottom is still at the bottom. Look. It's mechanical, it's machine-like, folks. Now, your hype coins like Cardano, OMI is probably going to moon. I mean, you probably could get 10, 20x out of OMI this year, but it's going to drop 95 to 98%. But that's good because you can buy more. It's actually better than going up forever because you can buy more the next time it goes even higher than it did 4 years back. And you can, if you have a job or whatever, you can be working and chipping away, saving it. Like I wouldn't buy it until double bottoms, but I would be, you could save. And then, with all the money you cashed out, held in stable coins, got interest, plus you're saving money for a year and a half, you buy the double bottom, you get way more. It's better that it falls. Like it's better. It's worse that it goes up forever, people. I'm telling you. Because the next time it goes up higher. So now you have like 35, 50 times as much. It's better. So anyway, BEPRO. Way off topic. I thought I would do that. Sorry, cryptillians, crypto crackheads. I thought I would do that because since every YouTuber now is talking about BEPRO, this channel is going to catch a lot of new viewers, and I just want to save their souls because people just think things are going to go up forever, right? And I did too. That's why I created this channel. I made that mistake. So yeah, look, it's hitting that green line again, folks. I mean, I don't have any more 10 bags. I put everything into staking, and I filled it up. I maxed out staking, and the rest, I moved into other things that might be mooning. So, but if I had 10, 20 bags left, I would be taking profits right now. And this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is my opinion. Now, watch this. What time frame so technical analysis. It's not hocus pocus. It's just human psychology that doesn't change. If you have your 3 most probable 2 what ifs, let's watch it happen. Call this line. And the next thing I call is going to happen too, because I'm going to say 5 things. One of them is going to happen or very, very close to it. Guaranteed. Watch. 2-hour time frame. BEPRO, even though if you're watching Bitcoin or Bitcoin, don't use the 2-hour time frame. 4-hour bare minimum. You need to be using 4-hour daily and weekly. Trust me, you will lose your money if you're trying to trade and piss around with a big coin like Bitcoin, because the bots are programmed to take your money if you're looking at the 1 hour on those coins. They're literally there to do that because they're looking at what? The daily and the weekly. And they're helping drive stuff down in a direction that looks scary on the 1 hour chart, but really the more macro direction's the other way, and you get screwed. And so what you're doing there is you are gambling because you don't have a system. So yeah, 4-hour daily and weekly for anything bigger, like anything with more price history. But BEPRO, it doesn't have much price history. Even though it does go back to 2019, you can't, it's past all that. So our price history starts here in February because we're above everything, right? So you have to use it. So it's a young price action. It's young price history. You have to use a smaller time frame. So it's been playing the 2-hour watch. Purple, 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 purple. Up, 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 up. Purple. Okay. On the deeper correction, where do deep corrections like to go in a bull market? In a bear market, they go even lower than this, by the way. Way lower. But in a bull market, as I've said a million times on this channel, a deep correction almost always hits and often dips just below, but doesn't close there. The daily, so look where my cursor is, the daily, the D, 21 exponential moving average. Billions of crypto crackheads like to make that bold yellow, so it's the yellow line, but it's going to change when I hit daily. Watch, it's going to be lower because the daily time frame, it moves more slowly, right? One day is longer than 2 hours. Therefore, all of these lines lag way behind price compared to this. And the week even more, right? And so the equivalent to it coming here, that's where I bought it. Right there. Right there. At so I was selling about, like, I didn't sell, like, you can't sell the top, but I was selling about here once it was printing divergence. And then I said, okay, this one's going to be deeper. Once I saw the bad cross happen on the 2-hour. So when you see this happen, red line cross, and then it happened again here, when that crosses down, that means price is going to go down farther. Almost every time. Sometimes it's a fake out. Like it would go, but that's only about 30% of the time. In a bear market, it's like 10% of the time it's fake out. Barely. It almost always means you're going to crash. Because everybody's looking at it. Bots are looking at it. Everybody sells. It crashes. It's just the way it is. It's like it's human psychology. I mean, it's just the way it is, people. It isn't hocus pocus. I stole that word from Crown Crypto Cave. Crown with a K, Crypto Cave, both with C's. But I should use a different word, but I'm stealing his word. I've watched him for 4.5 years and he's taught me a lot. But anyway, but he doesn't teach you how to do what he does, though, unfortunately. So, but anyway, oh yeah, the daily. Here we go. Look, right there. So 0.372, go back to the 2-hour. Watch how quickly I grew my bags, right? I like BEPRO. How do you get more BEPRO? You sell BEPRO and you buy blood. Watch. Bought it at point, what did I say? Point, I don't know what I said, 0.35 or something. I'll just do 0.37. Watch. Within 2 days, see that percentage up there in the middle of the blue box? Over 100%. What does 100% increase mean? Double your money. So I sold a 20 bag up here. Actually, I sold it at the same height. So I sold it a little lower. I bought back here even more BEPRO than what I had up here, right? With that 20 bag. Because I bought it for half the price. And then that just got 1.5 times bigger, goes up double in US dollar values. This is how you make your account get bigger, folks. You don't just hold a damn coin. Like, you literally, there are so many traders out there who only play ranges. They won't touch a coin unless it's done something like this, or it prints some really nasty divergence like this, and then they expect it to range after a big pop. Some people only play ranges, and they might play the breakout. Usually range traders also play breakouts, which is that might be me. I play breakouts and ranges. I guess that kind of describes my style. Because I'm not buying around here. If I miss this breakout, like, and it's way up here, if it's past like 15% breakout, I don't get in. So if it's past here, I don't get in. Because the chance of it going just boom, and your money gets cut in half, the chance of that happening is just too high, even in a bull market. Yeah, it could have easily come back down and hit this line. Money cut in half, right? So I don't buy glory. So if I miss this, I would be I would play the 2 hour 89 EMA. If you're wanting to get back in, just look at the 2 hour 89 EMA. It's been playing it. So kind of judge how slowly price might come down. Boom. 2 cents, 2.1 cents. You want to get in BEPRO, 2.1 cents. You can literally just put limit buys in now, 2.1 cents. $2.2 cents. Half the price it just was. And then what can you do? When it goes back up to 4.4 cents, you can sell it again. And you doubled your money. And then you can probably buy an even deeper dip. So now you have way more BEPRO. And then you might be able to write out some stuff. And wait for it. I think it's going to kind of range out here like this, guys, for quite a while. But anyway, yeah, if you want to get in, I would do this. Now, if you want to hedge your bets, and let's say you have $100 and you want to get into BEPRO, this would be a good strategy. I would play $33 on the, so see this where my cursor is hovering, 2 hour. I would kind of just guess how slowly it might come down. So I would say, 2.2 cents. Put in $33 worth of limit buy orders for 2.23 cents or whatever, around 2.2 cents. $33, I would switch time frames because, as we know, human psychology doesn't change. Dip is going to hit one of these moving averages, and it's going to hit it almost perfectly. You just don't know which one. I would go to the 4 hour. So look, I click the 4. I would go to the 4 hour time frame, make about the same slope. And honestly, you might, to make an even better guess, you might make like 2 or 3 lines because the slope will be changing as price isn't so high. $2.5 cents. So the first dip in crypto kind of likes the 4 hour 55 EMA. Which, if I may go show you an exact example, a coin that cryptillions and crypto crackheads, some of us got into. Look, 4 hour 55 EMA. It just missed it, but it came down. Like, let's see what moving average it actually did hit. Oh, the 2 hour 89, the first one I just talked about. See, I'm on the 2 hour. The purple's the 89. Freaking witchcraft, right? No, it's not. It's going to hit one of the lines, people. Every time. There are no exceptions. Like, literally. It's just one of the lines. Sometimes it's the 3 hour. If you can't figure out which line it was, it's sometimes the 3 hour. It's going to hit one of them. Every time. Let's go to another coin that cryptillions and crypto crackheads might have bought. Let's see which time frame Silo hit. This is a really strong basis stick. This is going to go up. This is not a severe correction. Damn. It might just roll over, though. I mean, sometimes when it does this, it's just allowing these to get higher so that it can hit it and make bots happy. Let me delete all these lines because these lines here were my guess of what the red. I think I was doing this on the 4 hour. So I was trying to guess what the 4 hour lines would be doing with price action, and I guessed a little low. But look, I guessed that the red line would cross under the yellow line just for a minute and skyrocket back up. So look, it no, that's the thin one. So it hasn't. So I still think it's going to cross under it, and price will probably come back down here. Then it goes up. So this is going to double check this. And so what that means is when this kind of stuff happens, that means that price is saying, hey, I'm not going below this point. And what happens then is people who have been sellers, they realize, wait, it's not going to go down anymore. So if it's not going down, which way will it go? Left? Straight across? No, it's probably going up. So sellers become buyers, and then it hits the next level, or even the next level above that, 0.0067, which I anticipate will hit if it keeps forming this space for a while. Yeah, this is strong. Shiloh's looking strong. That's very strong. So it played the 2-hour 55 EMA, which that's not common. I would have fully anticipated it hit this line and earlier. So, but it still hit a line, right? It was riding the, actually, which, so the 3-hour. Look, this one's playing the 3-hour. 3-hour 21 EMA. And if it's only going down to a 21 EMA on a shorter time frame, and it's just not going below it, that means your coin's going to go up, which is why I knew, right, in my last video, if you don't believe me, go to the last video. I said like 3 times in the video, like the same thought I just said here, okay? Watch. I was looking at the 1 hour. I don't suggest it. I just did it just to see the strength of the run. When I saw this staying above the red line, and I think during the video it came down to here, and then it started turning green or whatever during the video, I said, folks, this run is not over. And I said, I think twice or 3 times, it's going to hit this green line. How do I know this? Am I a genius? No. Human psychology just doesn't change. If a run is staying above the 1 hour 10 and the 1 hour, even the 2 hour, I typically play the 2 hour. Well, yeah, I think my video, I was switching between 1 and 2 hour. It stayed above the 10. But shit, look at this, guys. It's still above the 10. Conflicting messages, brain cannot process. This could go higher. I just don't see it. I think this line will supersede. It's okay. So look, this is an example. So I think I tied up that thought process, right? If it stays above the line, a certain line during a dip, during a run, that means it's strong and it's going to go higher, right? And I called this yesterday exactly. I said it's going to hit the green line. Why? Because it was staying above the 2 hour 10 EMA. That's just how it works. Bitcoin, testicle coin, doesn't matter. Price of oil, price of gas, or that kind of the same thing. Petroleum, price of rice, price of elephants at a zoo. It doesn't matter. This is a map of human psychology. It's all the same. It's all the same. There's some commodities that are smaller in market cap get bigger swings, which is why cryptonians and crypto crackheads like your small cap coins, because you get bigger moves and faster. It's across everything. Penny stocks can go up 1,000% a day. Can Tesla do that? No. Will Tesla ever do that? From this point on, because now that's like around $1 trillion cap. No, it won't ever do that. But there's going to be like 10 penny stocks a year that do it. Bigger moves, all right? But anyway, so this is a conflicting message. So when you get conflicting messages, okay, and this happens all the time. So right now, my typical system says this has more in it. We check this line. We're having a pretty good reaction off of it, which indicates it's going to go higher. But the conflicting message is this trend line is the master trend line. We're not going above it. So what do you do in this case? This is actually a perfect example. This is why we have 5 things we think about. 3 most probable, 2 what ifs. Let's start with the what ifs. What ifs is it goes higher. And when it comes back down to correct, it stays above this line, which means BEPRO is going to hit like $10. But I mean, just watch. Watch what that would mean. If it could actually stay above that line. Look at this. Like it might hit like $50. Can I do this without messing up my line? I don't want to mess it up too much. This is all this year. It would hit $4,000. Is that going to happen? No. That's why I don't. That's why it's not going to go above it. Like, if it kept this trend, BEPRO's market cap would be bigger than the United States economy. Like, it's just not going to. That's why this is not sustainable. This is why profit taking here is a winning strategy. So, but I mean, sure, what if? It could go a little higher, but if it does, it's gonna come crashing down. It's not, it just can't stay higher. But it's a what if. It goes higher first before it comes down. Second what if, it comes all the way back down to this white line, which is common. That's still healthy, folks. I mean, look on the daily. What would that line up with? Four-hour. Yeah, it would line up about with the 4-hour 89, about with the 4-hour 200. And deep corrections love the 4-hour 200. Love it. If you don't believe me, watch. So those are our two what ifs, but I'll come right back to you. I just want to show you. Watch. This is Bitcoin. On the 4-hour, that thick orange line is what? The 4-hour 200. How far does this go back? It's 2019. So bear market, you go up, blow it above it, blow it above it, blow it above it. I knew to become bullish looking at the 4-hour on Bitcoin, actually. And Bitcoin failed to go back below it. Even though it went below it here, it still stayed higher than this high. I started longing Bitcoin there. And I took money out of my, maybe out of my 401k, cleared it out and bought Bitcoin here. Oh, no, I didn't clear. I cleared out the rest. I had already done that earlier when Bitcoin went down to $5,000. One of the best financial decisions of my life. I don't recommend that now. Party's hot. Don't, it's not financial advice, but not a good time to do that. You buy it when everybody's selling. You do that kind of stuff if you believe that it's going to go up. But anyway, look. So orange line playing it. Orange line bouncing off, pinging off of it. Came down where here? Almost orange line. Orange line perfectly. Deep correction where? Orange line. Skyrocketed up. What does price like to do after it skyrockets above a key level that it just dipped down to? It likes to check it one more time. Boom. Checked it one more time. Bitcoin went on a 85% run. Where did it go down to? The orange line. So BEPRO going back down to the top of this range. That might not be a what if, folks. That might be one of my top 3. And that would be healthy. Because it would give it room to hit this again later, at a later time, as you build a base. So I'm just going to do one what if, because we're at the top. Like, we don't have a lot of what ifs, right? I mean, you know what? Like, we're at the very max that we're going to see during this time frame. Now, way out here in April, if it does it again, you're at almost 40 cents, right? Okay. So we'll just do one what if here, because since we have a lot of limitations, like we're at the end of the world here. Like if you're a flat earther, this is the end of the world. Anyway, so yeah, I think my third most likely is it's going to hit the 4-hour 200. It won't do it immediately. It's not going to crash down, but it might do it. Yeah, probably won't hit the white line, will it? No, that is a what if. What if it comes down almost like hard and immediately? Okay, this is the second what if. So it's not the 3 most probable, right? If I could use my brain here for a second. Okay, so cryptonians and crackheads know that when 2 important lines cross, so we have the 4-hour 200 EMA is important. This trend, this formation trend line is important. When 2 lines cross, what happens? Price gets sucked into it. Sometimes price gets sucked up. If for example, if BEPRO would have done something like this and fell past its origin line, all right, out of this formation, and these lines crossed, it would have been sucked right back up to it, and it would have been marching off. So price can get sucked up into 2 important lines too. So yeah, this is my second what if. Price goes down quickly, like immediately, like right now, and has a very severe correction. 70% correction. Immediately hits this as it's crossing. That's third most probable is this. It also hits the it also hits, and I'll keep these lines here just for future freaking reference, because one of these is going to happen. Unless I'm guessing the wrong time frame. Even if I did, it would only be off by a tiny bit. And then what you can do from there, if you're off by a tiny bit, you realize what time frame that was, and then you just start looking at that time frame like the 3 hour. But right now I'm looking at the 4 hour. Even though BEPRO has been playing the 2 hour. So that's why this is not one of my most probable. So look, 2 watt crossing, 2 important lines. So third most probable comes back down to 0.216 cents. Exactly on March 23rd. No, between the 22nd and the 24th. So write that down. See how that works out. Pretty probable, folks. I would bet it has a 10% chance. Okay. Second most probable. It's the 4 hour 55, maybe around here. Around the 18th of March. Between the 18th and 19th of March. And it forms a base for quite a while, and then it screams up to 10 cents. It would want to range for quite a while. Or it comes down here, comes up, or it comes up to the same height, comes down, maybe even a little lower, and then touches this line and then bounces up to 10 cents, right? But immediately, though, short term, this line, 4 hour, 55 EMA. So I'm playing a lot of the 4 hour right now. So look, the 2 hour 89, what it's been playing, it's almost on the same exact trajectory. So really, that makes it even more probable. That might be our most likely. So these two lines, I mean, yeah. So around the 18th to the 20th of March, BEPRO at 2.6 to 2.8 cents, that'd be a pretty good buy. So that's the second most probable. And let's say that's the first dip, comes up, dips back down, touches the daily 21, just like last time, on the second dip. So I'm kind of going outside my 5 here, but so I'm only going to do 2 most probable. But for the second dip, so it comes down here, goes back up to the top of range, comes back down to 0.22 cents. That's kind of what I'm thinking is going to happen. So you got plenty of entry points. You can enter here. Hopefully it pings off. You can sell again at near the top around 4 point something cents, 4.3, 4.5, whatever. But you straddle orders. Look at the video in the description section, and then it comes back, and then you, as you sell that, right, top of the range, this is not going to go above this line, folks. It's not going to happen. And then it's not going to close a daily candle or a 4 hour candle over. It's not going to happen. And then you buy back here. So now that you sold around here, taking profits, you bought even more BEPRO, sold again, you buy even more BEPRO. Your BEPRO is getting bigger. Why? Because you're selling BEPRO. You don't just hold it. All my OMI or ECOMI or OMI or whatever the hell that hype coin is that's hiding its, if you like OMI, the founders of that coin are hiding the market cap for a reason. And that reason is very connected to why altcoins last year had more severe corrections than they ever had, because they came out overvalued. They just magically said, our market cap is 300 million, when it was just a website. But they were honest with the market cap. Now the trend in these new coins is dangerous. I would not touch a damn coin. And its diluted market cap is 6 billion or something stupid. Means its diluted market cap is over $1 billion. So OMI just came out and said our company's worth $1 billion already, even though we have partnerships but no real revenue from paying customers. We just have your investor money, and we're worth $1 billion because you bought our crap. And now, and what coins are you selling? The ones they're selling to you, they're taking your money, folks. I, you might write, so it's got a lot of hype behind it, OMI does, and it's all over YouTube. It's like the flavor of the month. Sure, write that up for a wave, but I would take like 50 bag profits out of that. I'm not joking. So anyway, so that's BEPRO. I think I'm done. But okay, oh, one last thing. Playing the 2 hour. So BEPRO will likely play the 2 hour. So look what happened when this last range. So this is called the RSI. This white line is the moving average of 12 last ticks. So since we're on the 2 hour up here, 12 ticks means 24 hours. It's the average over the last 24 hours. When the green line, which is the RSI, goes below it, comes up, touches it, stays below, goes back down, touches it, and then forms a negative slope the second time, that's when you get out. And look, selling near the top. Try not to sneeze. So what do you think is going to happen this time? Sorry. I'm a crypto crackhead, but I just sneeze like a cryptillion. Maybe I'm half. I might be half. No, I'm definitely a crypto crackhead. But anyway, so what do you think is going to happen this time? Look. Is this witchcraft? No. It's human psychology and it never changes. Look, side is where? Below. What's probably going to happen? Because we don't think it's going to go above this price. When it hits it, it's going to make a negative slope. The green will. The white line's already forming a negative slope. Why? Because the green's below it. And then it's probably going to, price is going to come down here. It's probably going to come up one more time. And where will RSI be? It'll be exactly like this the second time. And that's when you know to sell. And then pick one of those levels we just talked about. So that's your full on, full force BEPRO. How do I get in? When do I sell? It's playing the 2 hour, folks. BEPRO is playing the 2 hour. I already explained why. This is not witchcraft. It works. It works. I do know why. Because human psychology is measurable. This is a map of it. It's the most price action of, going back to, I think Japan was the first culture in the world to track price of rice. And they were the first, they invented futures of rice too, to protect farmers in case of a flood and everything that, so they already had sold their stuff in the future. Japan has done a lot for free market enterprise. Dating back like hundreds of years. Anyway, so this is probably about the top, folks. All right, so let's look at some other coins. Somebody said CAP, which I recommended to people. Yeah, mooning. Still above its what? It's 2 hour 10 EMA, which means what? Since the green is above the white, it probably is going to go higher. This looks like it might be a blue sky breakout. No, it's not. And close. But it's breaking the key level. I would have put 10 bags here. And my 10 bag would have been too low. Maybe I would have done a 5 bag and a 5 bag. So what I'm doing here, actually you should use the weekly when you're doing it. It's not the daily. So you try to look for key levels. Yes, watch. You're trying to figure out where to sell. Often, if your coin trades against Bitcoin, even though it doesn't make as much sense to you, it doesn't matter. It's a good way to sell it. When you don't know how high the US dollar value is going to go. This tells you that this only trades versus Bitcoin, so it's a hell of a lot easier. All I'm doing is lining up. So this is a candle body. All this red, thick red, the thin red is the wick. You just line up as many candle bodies as you can. And then sometimes if a wick goes up to where bodies were, that kind of adds to it a little bit. But first you want to look. Look where price went between the two lines. Okay, if you think I'm doing this just because I saw price, no. I did this live on video before Silo and MTV took off. Look, I made these lines before. Where did it go? I actually did like 30 bags. I did 10, 10, and 10. Where did price go between them? Right at them. I think I did most of my 10 bags here because it's a small cap. I knew it was going to hit hard. I did some here. Did they sell? No, they didn't. But you just put in some sell orders around each. Not like all of your 10% at one level. You straddle them. Look at the video on that. Yeah, it just works. So that's Silo. MTV did the same thing. Before it came off on video, I said, hey, if you do 10 bags, you want to do it at these levels. Look, it hit this level perfectly, almost perfectly. And that's why we straddle, because it usually pierces through. That's why you straddle. And then where's it settling? At the next one. Exactly. Why? Because candle bodies align. Candle body, wick, it aligns. That's just how it works. And I did this on the USD pairing. Ooh, let's see how it matches with the Bitcoin. I think it's going to align pretty well. Looks like I missed one. Yep, see all these candle bodies? I missed a line. Because I was playing the US dollar. So look at all those candle bodies. You can use either. So but I exclusively use the Bitcoin pairing if US dollar pairing has a blue sky breakout. Similar to Shaw. Watch. This is a perfect example of when to use the Bitcoin pairing. Look, Shaw, blue sky breakout. You can't do that here. There's nothing to align, right? Now watch. When do I sell? Which my Shaw was selling heavy last night. But I'm keeping half of my Shaw. So I put like 20 bags here, 20 bags here. Did these sell? No. But also, I put tiny orders all the way up, like $2 orders. $2 order here. I was trying to create liquidity. So I really didn't sell a ton here, but I helped price go that high. Because if there aren't sell orders there, then price won't go that high, right? It's kind of like a fire. If the fire has nothing to grab that's higher, the flame won't go higher, right? Unless you had explosives, which would be pretty cool. But anyway, look, where is price settling? Exactly at the line. How do I do it? Go to the BTC pairing. So this is blue sky breakout. You can't, so on the US dollar, you can't do this, right? It's above everything. So go to the BTC pairing, look at candle bodies, where they align on the weekly. See my cursor's weekly. That's all you do. It's that freaking simple. Trading's not complicated. The only complicated thing is following the simple rules. That's really it. Like the hardest part is you. It's your self-discipline. And I'm still not a master at it. And really, having this channel is helping me do that because as I am saying it, I realize I need to do what I'm saying. And I'm making way more money than I ever have, partly because it's a bull market too. But I'm not breaking my rules. So maybe, it might help you if you continue this journey throughout the rest of this year before you might smartly get into stablecoins and earn interest. Not financial advice, but, you might write some rules down so you can see them because I'm telling you, it's helping me just saying it. Like having this channel and saying out loud what my simple rules are makes me follow them. That is the hardest thing about making money off price movement is following what you know is true. Because what happens is you get on a roll and adrenaline happens and you get excited and you think you're hot shit and you make an aggressive rule. Well, I'll do this anyway. It's not in my rules. Yeah, I'm cool, man. I'm cool. I'm on a roll. I'm hot shit. You lose money. You lose like 20% of your bag. And this is how it happens. This is very important. You lose 20% of your bags. I'm still hot shit. I got this. This is what goes on. Seriously. Like I've done this like 5 times over the last 4 years. But you need to do it multiple times. But in a bull market, this is easy. Like it's hard to do this in a bull market because everything's up. It's hard to make mistakes. But in a bear market, you have to follow rules extremely strictly. Anyway, so back to the idea. So, I'm still hot shit. I just lost 20%. I'm going to do this. So you do an even more aggressive move that's not in your rule book because you want to make up for that 20%, right? You lose now 50% of all your money. And then you're defeated. You're like, and then, so you go from adrenaline to cortisol, which is the stress hormone. So you go from adrenaline and oxytocin, which is like the love molecule and all that stuff, like feel good, and adrenaline, and after you make two bad moves, and it's cortisol. Then your mind really gets foggy. And then what you do is you're defeated, you go outside your rule book, you do like a mega aggressive move. I'm going to get it all back. And then you lose all this, you lose all of your profits that you just worked hard to build up. That's how it happens. At least in a bear market. In a bull market, you have to be pretty stupid to lose that much. Because you can just literally throw $10 at the worst buy in all of crypto, Cardano, in terms of gains. Good project, but in terms of gains, it's the worst there is. And the only reason why people have seen good gains is why? Because it went down 99%. I wouldn't call that good gains. It's not even past its all-time high. Even if you threw $100 at Cardano now, which it's going to drop even further, you'll still make money before the end, right? So it's hard to lose all your money. But that's how it happens, folks. You have to follow rules. So writing it down, whatever, it will help you. Bolt. It's getting legs. So the weekly just crossed into the green territory, which means up. Daily, positive slope on both. Yeah, this should take off kind of like Shaw just did pretty soon. I thought Bolt would happen first, and here's why. Looking at the weekly, on the BTC pairing. And this is how, so all you commented like, oh, genius, all that stuff. This is BTC. Bolt. Ooh, that's an old graph. Bitstamp. I used to use Bitstamp. I used to use a lot of lines. Look, this is how I'm making these calls. Red crosses yellow on the BTC pairing, done. Doesn't matter what the Bolt USD pairing is. Look, it looks like it's already gone up a lot. Who cares? The bots are buying this, period. Buy the cross. And you can buy it when it's getting sandwiched. See how it's getting sandwiched between the red and the yellow? So this is weekly time frame BTC pairing. It works on the US dollar pairing. So you actually get double pumps like BEPRO did, right? So this happened first on the US dollar pairing. BEPRO skyrocketed. But as it was skyrocketing, so was Bitcoin. So really on the Bitcoin pairing, price didn't go up. It was just here. And then once it finally crossed, it went up even more on the BTC pairing, which means the price went even crazier on the US dollar pairing, right? It's like a quad pump. It's double pump on top of double. You just look for this cross. That's all I'm doing, folks. I scan for coins. I look for this cross. And I let you guys know about it. So you don't have to spend 2 hours a day finding them. But they will all be gone soon, which is why I've gone so aggressively after this, trying to find them, because they will all be gone. There won't be any more. And the ones that are left, they're the weak coins you don't want to buy anyway. That's all I'm doing. I'm looking for the cross. That's it. Weekly. There are almost none in crypto that have not done this on the US dollar pairing. They're almost all gone. I mean, look, you just look at Bolt and Shaw. I mean, look how long ago it happened here. So it got squeezed here. Actually, I had a fake out, so squeezed again. Early January. Shaw. Because that's US dollar pairing, right? The cross on the weekly. Early February. You almost won't find these anymore on there. So what did I say? Cap? Yeah. Even though Cap's been racing up, it's just now getting the cross. Like this is oh, you see these lines? Look, Candlebot or wicks, bodies, lots of bodies. Look, body, wick. Look. Where did price get rejected from? Around here. Look here. Body, wick. Where did the body get rejected from? There. That's all you do. But once it busts through, it looks like it's got a lot of room, folks, especially if Bitcoin's going up. this might not look like a big percentage, and even though price is way down here, we'll just do it from this line. Let's say it goes up once Bitcoin's going back up. This 40% move on the BTC pairing could be like 3 times your money in US dollars, right? Because if it makes a 41% gain on Bitcoin as Bitcoin's going up, that means you're like plotting your gains on US dollar pairing. And CAP doesn't trade against the US dollar, which makes CAP a lot stronger when BTC is going up. But yeah, this is going to keep pumping. This is the beginning. CAP. Let's look it on Bitcoin. Damn! I'm glad I tweet Jesus. Sorry. Sorry, the religious folks, I'm sorry I said that. Holy cow! I did not put any 10 bags in. This is a HODL coin because I think it's going to do what BEPRO did, and I tweeted that. Oh, I didn't know this, folks. That's the 𝐾𝐤𝙤𝙤𝙑 great dildo. Oh my god, I made so much money. I didn't even look at this one. Oh my gosh. Oh, because, yeah, it also had a blue sky breakout, which adds to the bump. Yeah, you buy breakouts. Cryptillions and crypto crackheads buy blood and breakouts. In ranges. That's a breakout. So I am so glad I sold a lot of other stuff to buy that pretty heavily. And I'm glad I tweeted it. So leave a comment if you are still watching by this point and you bought that. Oh my gosh. There's no technical analysis for that. Like, what the hell? All right, I'm done. I can't even anymore. I can't even. So y'all, you just got Timified. If you haven't, subscribe and let me know if you are a cryptillion or a crypto crackhead. Hit the bell, and we'll see you tomorrow. This is too much.